What's up folks, my name is Felix. Welcome back to a new video on the BNB miner. For quite some time I was not talking about this project, now roughly 20 days. If we take a look back in my last video, which I called the patterns of the past. And a few things changed since I made this video. You can see at this time, the contract balance was sitting at 643 BNB and I had around 130 quadrillion miners. As of right now, roughly 20 days later, contract balance decreased by roughly 80 BNB, but my amount of miners almost doubled or more than doubled, as you can see here. And that's because I was acting completely different as the majority did, which helps you to win in this market. And this is not only here in the BNB miner, this is also in the overall crypto market and in the overall financial markets. You always want to do exactly the opposite of what the majority is doing, because the majority doesn't win in this game. It's always the 5 to 10% of the market participants that win. And that's exactly why I didn't took that much profits in those last 20 days. I of course took profits, but most of the time I compounded my earnings. I will of course also show you most likely why people took their profits. But first you want to get into some statistics, what exactly happened since I recorded my last video. I'm currently sitting still at 13.57 BNB, again because I compounded a lot in those last 20 days. If we jump over to DeFi Insight, we can see in the last 24 hours we had 46 new investors, so people that deposited into the BNB miner smart contract. This of course also went down compared to my last update video. If we jump into the BNB transfers, so for the people who never saw this graphic before, the blue bar here shows the withdrawals from the BNB miner smart contract and the black bar shows the deposit into the BNB miner smart contract. And since that exact date, the 5th of November, we had red days all along until today. We had the first day in the green again, where we received 9.4 BNB in the smart contract and just 8.6 BNB were withdrawn from it. If we take a look at the overall picture, we are still here at this lower value at those 550, 400, 600 BNB in this range. And if we take a look at the 1 month chart, you can see that we climbed up a little bit shortly above the 600 BNB, around 650, and then now we went back to around 560. The BNB value here in this case isn't correct. As you saw already before, we are sitting at 558 BNB. And now you might want to know, why exactly are people taking profits? And this has a very simple reason. In the beginning of November and in the end of October, we were sitting at a BNB value of 210, 220 US dollars. And at the time, at the 5th of November, once I released my last video, BNB climbed up to 255, 260. I think in the peak it was around 265 to 270 in the last days. And that's the reason why people took profits. BNB was at a higher value, around 50 US dollars from their entry prices at those 200, 210, 220 US dollar levels. And that's also exactly what the BNB miner smart contract is built for. Reward the patience of the people. There are a lot of people which are just compounding and waiting for BNB to increase in value and then start to withdraw, take profits from the smart contract. But there are obviously also a lot of people which are just withdrawing because they see the contract balance going down. And exactly those people will hurt themselves, because if we go into another run, which might not happen tomorrow, which might not happen in the next few weeks, but it might probably happen if we get into another bull cycle and this contract balance will explode again, which we saw already happening 2 times before. And the people who are sticking to their strategy, compounding the hell out of it and building up their bags, or at least try to sustain their bags while the contract balance is going down. This is exactly what I did. I saw the trend that a lot of people are withdrawing, that the contract balance is going down, and that's why I compounded more often, more extensively, several times a day to keep my current TVL at a stable level and profit from it once we go back up. Once more BNB flow into the project, give it a better health, and that's exactly the time when I will take more profits again. So there is nothing to worry about. That's exactly what happened in the past few months. Several times we went down to around 480, 490 BNB. We bounced from there. Maybe we are now bouncing a bit earlier. Maybe it takes a little longer. We have to go to 450, 400 BNB. Let's see. I will of course keep you updated on the development, what's going on here in this one of its kind project, which is rewarding people with patience, with a long time horizon, and with the right strategy. If you don't want to miss those videos, feel free to subscribe. I release videos almost on a daily basis here. If you like today's one, would be great if you can hit the like button. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.